Hello, and welcome to another episode of Turning Sparkly Cardboard Sideways. My name's Jimmy, Bancroft is behind the camera, and right here will be my personal phone number, 859-279-2405. If you have any questions, concerns, critiques on any deck profile or battles we post, please feel free to send me a message, or if you just want to say hi or share some of your deck tech, deck list ideas, please send me a message, and I'll try to reply as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech and Productions. Today I got Jake with us. He brought back, as you guys saw in our duel, would have been either today or yesterday, one or the other. He brought back his Bulma defensive, nagging, power boosting...
Battle Power Bulma.
Battle... Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Yes, Bulma. Yeah, we got a chance to get to profile today. Before we go over that, Jake, that's a really cool mat you got there.
Oh, well, thank you. We just had our post-Halloween event. I was in the top 8, as you can see here.
In case people are curious, there was a lot of people here.
There was so many. We almost got shut down by the guy. It was insane.
Exactly.
But anyway.
There was more than 8 people signed up for the tournament, though. All right.
Anyway.
So,
Bulma gives all of your red and yellow Saiyans and Earthlings blocker, and that's really why we run this leader. Draw 1 on the front with the activate main. Downside, 5k battle power. On the awaken side, draw 2 on the activate main, which is really great, and then you retain the blocker granting ability. So this deck is possible because of some of the new cards that are being played. So first off, we have 4 Vegetas and 4 Gokus, and those let us fuse into our bigger and badder Gogetas. This Gogeta line is insane with Bulma, because if you're in a position where you're afraid of the crackback after you board this card, don't swing with it. You get a blocker, a 20k nag, and then whatever other energy and cards you have to continue defending yourself.
and if they drop the right secret rare against you, they swing with it, auto goes off, -20, and then blocker with that.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
You're not getting through. It doesn't really matter what your battle power is.
And I know I've said it multiple times. That is the prettiest card I've ever seen.
Oh, I love it with the Goku and Vegeta in the background. I didn't even see that the first time, but we're tangenting. Next package, we've got Unisons. We play 4 of the Jiren, and this is my favorite red Unison they've ever printed. Activate Battle is incredibly strong. The auto ends up being more relevant in this deck than it does in others, and the +1 is nothing to sneeze at either. Basically, it's like Saiyan Kaba all grown up, and you don't have to take the life. Next up, 2 of these Sin Shenron, Unison of Calamity. I'm not very happy with what this card does for you in this deck. Sure, it lets you go look for counterplays, but we have cheaper cards later on in the list that do the same thing. I think when Giant Force comes out, these are going to be 2 of the Piccolos that burn life, because ending the game is very often a tricky prospect with this deck because it is so defensive. Although the +1 is pretty decent in this build.
Nagging 2 cards by 15.
Yeah. Super combos, we split with 2 Raditz Saiyan Youth and 2 of the Whis. It would be nice to go in on 4 Raditz, but with how small Bulma is inherently, you just can't do that. And Whis will also combo nicely with some of the other pieces in our deck and allow more of a allow you to kill bigger battle cards during the battle phase with power reduction. So we run 3 Videls and 4 Topos for our battle card negates. This is especially strong in this list because it comes down for 1, negates an attack, and then blocks after. Topo is just a good red card, and we all kind of know what Topo does at this point. If you don't, it's a really good negate, so play it. For defensive battle cards, we have 2 Exploiting Weakness, 2 of these Yamchas, and 3 one-hit wonders. So one-hit wonder will come into play for free whenever a battle card on your opponent's side of the field loses battle power. and it's a blocker in your list. Also, after you block with it and it goes to the drop, you can pay a red to activate battle and warp it from your drop area to give another battle card -5. And if you have another one in your hand, play the other one. And this plays for free off of both of these cards as well.
It plays off free almost a lot of cards in your deck, actually.
Yeah, a lot of cards. It's a pretty narrow condition. Or a pretty wide condition, excuse me. 3 Wolfang Fist and 1 the Final Guardian for our conventional negates. You could run After Image. Is that all you've got? Violet Rays. There are just so many good red negates that I really think you should just pick your favorites and go with that. But include a Final Guardian, because Cell Xeno does exist. Next up, 2 Broly Crown of Retributions. Now we're getting into the offensive battle cards. Late in the game, this will let you look at your opponent's hand before you decide what to do during your turn, and let you just see what counterplays are going on, assuming they have energy standing. And worst case scenario, it's a 1-drop blocker. Next, a card I'm considering including more copies of, Saiyan Kaba. Bulma gets into this weird situation where she very often sits at 5 or 6 life and can't awaken. And in the later stages of the game, an unawakened Bulma against an awakened opposing leader and strong battle cards is a recipe for disaster. So, Saiyan Kaba can come down on 1 and threaten the block on your opponent's turn, and then go in on turn 2 and pick up your life. So, again, worst case scenario, it's a 1-drop blocker. Then we play 2 of these Brolys.
Man, I love these Broly.
The 6-drop Broly, unlimited power. These are really just a decent way to end the game in combination with your Sen Shenrons and your hand Peekaboo Brolys, as we call them, the Crown of Retribution.
Are these your hard casters?
Yeah, you have to hardcast these in this list because there's nothing to swap into them. But 6 energy is pretty common, and when you've got this gentleman, you kind of want to play as many 35k reds as you can.
It gives you 6 targets, yeah.
Yep. And with Dragon Ball, the way it works, if your deck is small enough, this list is 52. If your deck is small enough and you have 6 of something, by turn 2, chances are you have one in your hand, or you're going to have one during that turn. Last card is Secret Identity Masked Saiyan. I kind of just put this in here because it was more removal, but I think you can cut this card from the list entirely. You have plenty of removal, plenty of defensive potential. There are cards in this list that work off of the drop area, especially if you include After Image in your list. So I think you can cut this, or you can run it depending on what your negate lineup is.
It's not bad. It's kind of like a sneaky attack.
Yeah, it's a free attack too, but Bulma is going to be... As the format goes on, as Giant Force comes out, I think this deck gets more and more defensive and tries to kill with burn damage as opposed to turning guys sideways.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that profile as well. So, thanks.
Yep.
Even though we are currently in my favor at 2-1, you want to do a rematch, and we'll make that happen.
Well,
So, like always, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all enjoy the content. Like, subscribe, fun stuff. Jake, any final words?
thank you for voting if you did go vote, and let's play some Dragon Ball.
Fair enough. Find them on Untap.
Yep. Shinhan, I think, is my current username.
It's on the screen. With that being said, I don't know where he's at. So, read your cards, know your plays, and fluff out.
Goodbye, everyone.